Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation on the new 252 print and apply system from ID Technology. This is the latest evolution of our long-standing print and apply line known as the 250. The 252 encompasses a new centerline technology. This concept actually removes control points that are unnecessary that can cause interruptions in your productivity. With our system, we've kept some of the best, which is 6 uptime modules. You have an unwind module, a rewind module, the print engine module, tamp assembly, pneumatics package, and electronics module, all of which can be replaced in under 5 minutes. Instead of repairing the unit out on the line and losing valuable production time, you could simply remove the failed component and replace it very, very quickly, ensuring the greatest amount of uptime. With our unwind assembly, we have improved it by going to a full 14-inch OD unwind. This 14-inch allows a longer roll of labels. This now matches the 600-meter ribbons that go standard in the print engines of today. This again gives you greater uptime because you're changing out your labels less frequently. We've changed a lot of our unwind assembly modules. Within this, we now have no wear items on our clamp mechanism. And we listened to our customers who gave us feedback as to this outer supply hub. They made it into more of a handle, which is more logical for the operator to grab onto and hold. Inside the label roll, we have our standard core supports that hold the labels in place, but there's now also a knurled roller inside that actually bites into the core, holding it, making it part of the outer supply. Here you can see the brass knurl I was talking about, which actually rolls out and bites into the label roll itself. This holds the label roll firmly against the outer supply hub so they work together as a group. When running in high speeds, this locking it together works with the dancer arm to ensure you don't have overspin of your labels. This prevents unnecessary slapping and potential label breakage. When sliding this back on, grab it with your handle and pull it into place. It locks. For an untrained operator, using this is very simple. Every one of our rollers has a stainless steel disc on the outside that's been water cut with the directional flow of the label stock. So you can very simply follow that flow into the engine and then back through to the rewind. The rewind assembly is all new with an improved motor and a dancer arm assembly. This dancer arm assembly ensures the proper amount of tension on the belt that actually powers the rewind. So as you feed out a label, that dancer arm moves, maintaining the tension on the belt, which allows the proper amount of torque to rewind the liner. This has been a major improvement because now we've removed a control point. The dancer arm controlling that idler pulley works on the same principle as the fan belt in your car. It's no longer needing to be adjusted, and it again allows the proper amount of torque onto the rewind itself. The print engine, we can use any of the major print engines available, Sato, Zebra, and Datamax. They're all quick change interchangeable with 5 screws. They feed the label down to the tamp assembly here, which we have pioneered the service position tamp. This allows you to swing the tamp assembly out of the way, including the air assist tube, so you can get greater access to the print engine. It makes it easier to reload your label media as well as change out your print head without having to get maintenance out to actually disassemble part of the machine to gain access to it. When you're done reloading it, it simply magnetizes back into place. On our larger assemblies, there's actually a set screw that holds it in place. One of the things that we had as a rolling improvement is our air assist tube. Long ago, we learned that this is the #1 place that operators have problems. So we actually made it out of stainless steel, and we put a patented coating on it called plasma coating. If for any reason you did have a label misfeed out of the engine and got wrapped around the air assist tube, you can very quickly slide it off. Nothing will stick to this. Our electronics module is new and improved. This now has a touch screen to it versus dedicated keys. The new electronics module boasts a touch screen that's very easy to use with its icons. If I wanted to make a simple change to my tamp stroke, dwell blast, or label feed all can very quickly be done with the touchscreen. I can also rotate my display in 90-degree increments for whatever orientation the machine is in. If I want to enable the passwords, I can simply lock in the unit, enabling or changing the PIN numbers. The icons on it are very simple to follow. They actually are very intuitive. So if you did have to make an adjustment to the delay, you very simply go to that screen, you see the symbol, you press the button, you make the change. The air block assembly is actually integrated with expansion ports. So in the future, if you're ever going from a tamp unit to maybe a dual panel or a secondary wipe, the air block is already fitted for expansion. So we've got that built in. What you may notice is there's actually no adjustments here. These are just simply display gauges. Part of center lining is to remove those adjustment points that could potentially interfere with production. As such, this shows you very quickly that you're in spec. The rewind assembly with the dancer arm maintains the proper amount of torque on the liner regardless of an empty roll or a full roll. The 252 comes standard with a yoke assembly mount with 3 access points. So I can take the same machine and use it for a top down, reels up, or nose down orientation, giving you unlimited flexibility. I like to turn the machine 90 degrees to the stand in a nose down orientation so that I'm using up less floor space on the production line. This allows me to actually minimize the amount of obstructions I'm going to put in the aisleway of the plant. What you see on the back of the unit is a very clean control box with quick disconnects. These quick disconnects allow for the modules to be replaced in under 5 minutes. In keeping with the Centerline concept, our low label detect is in a fixed position that can no longer be moved, and it looks through the pre-drilled holes in the unwind assembly, so when you do get a low label supply, you know exactly how many labels are left on the roll. It's important to recognize that ID Technology makes one common 252 platform for which we can apply many different applicator heads to it. In this example, we have the standard 4-inch tamp stroke with tamp jet with our service position mount as demonstrated earlier that allows it to swing out of the way. This same chassis can be used with our dual panel unit or an extended length tamp assembly for pallet application. This gives customers greater flexibility because they can buy one core machine and use it in a variety of different applications. This also helps minimize your spare parts needs. Looking inside of our electronics module, you'll see a robust circuit board design. On this, you have all the full functionality of the print and apply, as well as output relays to shop floor PLCs. So if you wanted to monitor the unit remotely, those functions are already installed. We also build a power supply into the unit itself, so that in the event of any sort of a catastrophic failure, you replace the module, you're assured that this one's going to work out of the box. In conclusion, what you're looking at is the world's best print and apply system manufactured by ID Technology in Fort Worth, Texas.